Joba and Charity intersections is good. There's no cause for alarm.
Sports. And everything fun is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪnᴏ and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Live your life and enjoy. Ďakásoľ to positive, massively, make you travel away. Go apply wisdom, make you seek not less to build your kingdom. Plenty talk to the full basket. Then say you do all, your body's too hot. So where you put ball, you want to gonna score. Baby low. gongo getting queen every day like I be global come. I'm cocky, but I'm before God. I no go let any man gonna form King Kong. Never give up, more chop up. I've been a loose skinner since when I they come up. Agbalak me, Agbalak mo. I done turn OG for this dungeon. I'm a yummy, I'm a llama. Sure you know guinea fowl, call it funny summer. Billionaires club, we be big boys. Young money, cash money, but we gotta make noise. On it too loud, we can shout if we drink big. Most up, but now it's so cool, so ďakásoľ. Live your life and enjoy. Do positive, massively, love you, make you travel away. Go apply wisdom, make you seek not less to build your kingdom. Plenty talk to the full basket.
On the girls and I love them all. But my grandma, I too much. Count plenty money and I burn on stuff. And I know they carry ģeļe no like to chop. And I know they carry ģeļe no like to chop. Show me a face, call me a roll, go me a roll, go me a roll. My body baby, a fret boy. I'm a giant low, I'm a giant. I'm on a giant place, I'm on no I say. Live your life and enjoy.
Make you travel away.
Seek knowledge, apply knowledge, make you build your kingdom.
I dey chop Kelly, I be for Ghana song. I dey serve food and every color. Every single day na holiday. On my bed, they do as I say so. So many things I bring to the table. I dey gbadu your company, then you got the juice, standard. Girl, put your body all over me, make you say my name constantly. Baby girl, I need you for the.
Make you travel away.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪnᴏ and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that.
When we say you move on up, we'd always move on up with you. We don't leave you stranded. And of course, I would always make the evening the very best part of your day. 6 to 7 p.m. on Milan 98.3 FM is Sports Cruise. So for some weird reason, The two air conditions in the studio is working perfectly, but there's a man here. Maybe it's the money that Liverpool are spending that is making him sweat. Agbatomi is sweating. I don't know. Maybe it's the problem you want to start on the show that you have not started that is already making you sweat, or the fact that Liverpool are spent of the week Monday to Friday. We give you the very best of everything you need to know in the world of sport. Juicy stories are all around, from basketball to football to tennis to Formula 1. Are marching on for history again tomorrow. They said it's Mission X, 10-0, and of course the Atlas Lionesses of the Women African Cup of Nations football. Let me quickly remind you that we refer to Spain as the defending champion of the World Cup is due to the bravery of the team and the tactic of one man. The manager or the coach that took the Spanish women team to winning the World Cup 2 years ago is currently the coach of the Moroccan national team. And so there's a lot that we're going to be talking about on the show today about the Super Falcons. But of course, Magudi is also not joking. He has said it that it is a trophy or nothing. The camp is bubbling and there's so much life. They'll be playing the final in capital of 200 capacity. And trust me, it's going to be Sea of Reds tomorrow supporting the Lioness of Morocco. But like I said, it's a case of revolution or history. And of course, this time around, revolution on the part of Morocco wanting to win their first Women African Cup of Nations. And of course, history on the part of the Super Falcons wanting to make it 10 out of 12. Or let me see, it's going to be a 9 plus 2, is 11 have won the AFCON apart from the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about Spain versus England. Is the world champion and the UEFA Nations League champion versus the European champions. Remember, England knocked out Spain in the semi-final last time out. They won it after defeating Netherlands in the final in Wembley. But this time around, the champions of the UEFA Nations League, so there's a lot at stake for exactly. So there's so much we're going to be looking at on the show today. We'll also give you update on the Belgian Grand Prix. It's Belgium tomorrow, and for the very first time in 20 years, Red Bull would have a different team manager. I remember their former manager that brought them tremendous level of success was sacked earlier this month, so they have a new manager team in Belgium. So we'll give you update on all of that as well. More transfer stories, and next week Monday, all things equal, 2013 African Cup of Nations player Brown Uday is going to be with us on this show. So we have so much to talk about. Also, transfer update. It looks like Liverpool could eventually sign Alexander Isak, and that could smell trouble right now for club and country. I don't know about country, but for club, you are in the form of your life right now. These signings are not just intimidating.
Giorgio Mamadashvili,
thank you. A lot of people even forget that Liverpool have a new backup goalkeeper right now.
Exactly.
From Frinquan needs to do now is to sell Luis Diaz or Cody Gakpo
or Darwin
Núñez or Diaz and Núñez, and they will have the £150 million to bid for Alexander Isak. Now, two sides. How confident are you about the Champions League performance? Because this team Liverpool is putting together is not looking to me like a team for the Premier League. It looks like it's a team for the big one.
Yeah, exactly. Starting with your first question, as an analyst, where exactly do I think Liverpool be getting as well? Where did they start? Last season, they brought on the Georgian first choice goalkeeper in person, Mamadashvili, and then of course that he joined the club as well. At the summer, they've also brought on Jeremy Frimpong, who is also meant to be the replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. They also brought on Milos Kerkez, the former Bournemouth left back, as well as Hungary left back as well. He's been brought into the side. There's also a certain Fred Woodman. He was the first choice goalkeeper as well for Preston and North End until his contract expired last season, and then he just had to join the club as well at the beginning of the season. Has also joined the club. He made his move from Germany down to England, and then he had his medicals as well in the UK the following day as well. I think the same day, in fact, at the same day he went to Hong Kong in order to join up as well with his new teammates. And they want to go a step further, maybe 2 steps further in Champions League. Don't forget as well that last year Liverpool were knocked out of the UEFA Champions League in the round of 16, and that was also against PSG. For a lot of people as well, they also forget that Liverpool finished first in the UEFA Champions League group stage format, because obviously a lot of people know that what's it called? They ended the group stages without a defeat in that one. And you definitely know as well that Liverpool feel like, you know what, apart from winning the Premier League as well, we can also get to win the Champions League. And I think that's exactly what Liverpool are doing. By the way, in Jurgen Klopp's previous era as the manager of Liverpool, there was always some form of focus on either the Champions League or the Premier League. But it's looking like Liverpool are going out from a get-go. They want to get all 4 trophies. That's the Champions League, the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, as well as the FA Cup. But let's also see how all of that would also happen. And coming from a perspective of Liverpool fan, by the way, what I think is this. The signing of Aḻeģ Isak is going to be a deal breaker. It's going to be a changer. It's going to bring.
My brain is struggling to process it.
So the thing is this. Sorry to cut it short. For a lot of people, proceeds of Felipe Coutinho's move to Barcelona, that was over how many years ago? Do you believe that? Yeah. No, I don't believe that. I mean, I'll just try to I'll pull people's legs actually. But I think Liverpool are in a good stead when it comes to the PSR rules, profit and sustainability rules. To be honest, just like what you mentioned, as well, all they just need is perhaps sell one of Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, or maybe the 2 of them. What is it called now? That transfer record, bringing in Florian Wirtz as well from Bayer Leverkusen. Spending a striker in person of Yᴏᴜ as well. From Eintracht Frankfurt. I think that signing might be one Liverpool regret in the coming years, because you are just signing a player, that what is it called? Ekitiké's standing.
Just call him Ekitikété. This one I'm saying.
No, I'm struggling to actually pronounce it because it's French. So I'm trying to make his
Ekitiké.
He said his name. He said his name was yeah. There was a way he pronounced it in French. I'm trying to remember his name. I don't want to make use of the Nigerian.
His name is Ugo. I pictured Aḻeģ Isak in that team, and then I'm looking at how crazy Liverpool season can go. You have, if they pull through the deal for Isak, you have Isak, you have Salah, you have Campbell, you have Wirtz, you have Núñez. You have
there is also a certain 16-year-old Rio.
That means Liverpool have like 8 attacking minded players.
Exactly. Well, first of all, defending the Premier League is definitely going to be their top priority, and I think secondly they want to push for the Champions League title as well. Don't forget as well that last season when Arne Slot became the new manager of Liverpool, a lot of people didn't even give them the chance and opportunity to do what he did. Don't forget as well that they finished the season 10 points ahead of Arsenal, finished second. And I think last season's performance more or less told the outside world or the football world or maybe introduced the football world to the kind of manager Arne Slot is. A lot of people probably didn't even know who Arne Slot was, coming from a certain Feyenoord side in it. Liverpool definitely has to be one of the most dangerous squads in the world at the moment. You take a look at the likes of PSG. They beat PSG exactly at the Parc des Princes Stadium, and PSG also came back and also did the same thing, winning 1-0. And then that game went on to extra time. To PSG was due to the fact that PSG had better ball strikers on the pitch during penalties than Liverpool had. I mean, Liverpool had were taking penalties for PSG. Even Trent Alexander-Arnold, that was Trent Alexander-Arnold's last Champions League game for Liverpool, because he even went out injured in that game. So I think the highest ceiling for Liverpool next season is not just semi-finals and probably the finals as well. And then they probably also want to get the minor cups rather in quote. That's the League Cup, also known as the Carabao Cup, and maybe the FA Cup. And you definitely know as well that Liverpool probably have an outside chance with the kind of squad that they have. Don't forget the likes of Andy Robertson.
Wait, what do you mean by outside chance?
Yeah, it's an outside chance, really.
If you look, I'm not trying to water down the fantastic season they had. So what I mean by chance is this: when Jurgen Klopp was leaving, I judged as the most successful Liverpool manager, made Anfield a fortress on European nights, on Premier League weekends. Well. He's always a fortress. He has restored the love between the fans and the players. So a lot of people felt like, hey, Slot is coming at home to Nottingham Forest. And then an Arsenal team that ended the previous 2 seasons with 4 points and 1 point adrift of Manchester City ended up with 10 points. In fact, Arsenal. Exactly. So that's why I said they won by chance, because even the most committed of Liverpool fans would not have predicted that Liverpool would win the league last season.
Yeah, I agree.
Then Man City happened. They fluffed. The season went bad. Arsenal were inconsistent.
Yeah.
Chelsea's mindset was let's qualify for the Champions League. Man, you were struggling as next season. Because the people now know that, wait a minute, how did this one slip from us? Especially for Arsenal. So Liverpool went to the market. They knew Trent was leaving. Yeah. They brought in a winger that has another of the youngest and the brightest players from the German Bundesliga. Let's bring in Vance.
In order to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold's passing.
Exactly. They brought in. There's still Salah. He's a massive game player.
He had his best season in Liverpool last season as well.
The same way with Darwin Núñez. The man that scores harder goals than the easy ones. Then there's only Liverpool are top favorite for the Premier League this new season.
I wasn't even talking about outside chance for the Premier League. I was talking about outside chance for the two minor leagues in quotes.
That's the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup.
Exactly.
Because with the squad they have, they will also be in the place of Arsenal, where you will not use relatively young players to play the cup game anytime.
Oh my God.
When you have Kepa in goal.
Yeah,
you have top quality as backup.
Mosquera,
you have Mosquera, you have Jacob Kiwior, you have Ben White, you have Calafiori in the midfield. We don't even know who's going to be starting, who's going to be benching. So I think Liverpool have a chance at every single tournament they are going into next season.
It's tough to predict, Okwemi, to be honest, because some of the times as well when the clubs want to prepare for. Okwemi, I remember when what's his name now, Darwin Núñez was meant to be the foil to a certain Norwegian striker in Erling Haaland. A lot of people felt like, you know what, Erling Haaland was coming from Borussia Dortmund, exactly, German Bundesliga, and same number of goals or scoring the same number of goals that Erling Haaland will score. And take a look at the course of the last 2 years or 2.5 years that Darwin Núñez has been on the books of Liverpool. You take a look at the number of goals he scored. So that's what I'm also trying. As much as we don't have a bad season. Don't forget as well. Don't forget as well that before Florian Wirtz, Darwin Núñez was Liverpool's highest transfer in history. He surpassed the £75 million that Liverpool paid Southampton for Virgil van Dijk. And you now know how we did for him, but I think all of that interest has now cooled down. But you can now also begin to look forward. By the way, I also feel like the signing of ᴜᴜᴜ was not meant to be it was not meant to just be anyhow signing. I think ᴜᴜᴜ was that signing to replace him. So if that was the case from Liverpool, and to be honest, if Liverpool make the signing of Alexander Isak a reality, then trust me, it is game over for other teams in the Premier League. And this is only going to make the English Premier League stronger. And that's why we continue to say that the English Premier League is the most technical and the most difficult league that I can find.
Thank you very much. I will still come back and talk about the Liverpool story, but we've got Formula One this weekend. I think after football, one of the greatest sports ever. And of course, Oscar Piastri seems to continue from where they paused for the break as they are staking pole post in the first qualifiers. Well, Oscar Piastri, good chance as Max Verstappen splits the Mercedes, and of course, Lewis Hamilton will start in 18th position after the spin. F1 Championship leader Oscar Piastri stormed into a dominant pole position for Saturday's sprint race at the Belgian Grand Prix, with chief title rival Lando Norris behind Max Verstappen in third. After the frustration of his race losing penalty to Norris at pace in Friday's sole practice session before claiming the weekend's force of 2 poles by almost half a second. Max Verstappen, the world defending champion, whose Red Bull team had a race weekend without former team boss Christian Horner for the first time in 20, but teammate Lewis Hamilton was 18th after making one of several shock early exits in qualifying. A spin at the end of his this final lap of SQ1 consigned Hamilton to the grid penultimate row, with 2024 Spa visitor Victor's Mercedes qualified 13th and 20th with George Russell and Kimi Antonelli respectively. Hamilton and both silver arrows out early. The perennial midfield runners made was 6th for Williams, who surprisingly lost Alex Albon in SQ1, while Alpine's Pierre Gasly, Racing Bulls Isaac Alger and Sabau's Gabriel Bortoleto rounded off an unusual looking bottom of the top 10. Points are also awarded to the top 8 finishers, with 8 for the winner in Saturday's 15-lap sprint to start early. So for the qualifiers for the sprint first, Oscar Piastri of Mercedes in pole, Max Verstappen Red Bull second, Lando Norris is third, Charles Leclerc of Ferrari is fourth, Esteban Ocon of Haas is fifth, Carlos Sainz and Williams are 10. For Mercedes, Piastri is the third driver in as many sprint weekend this season to claim pole for the short-term Saturday race. At the contrast with the year's first 2 pole setters on Friday would have not been stake. However, Hamilton Hamilton, who qualified first for the season opening sprint in China, took lap 1. The 7-time champion, whose Ferrari team were debuting a new rear suspension, was already in the drop zone at the start of his final lap of the opening phase after an error on his first attempt, but appeared to be heading for safety until SF/25 suddenly snapped away from him under the brake for the final corner, then bus stop. Okay. Nobody would be more surprised than Louis, according to Martin Brundle in the commentary.
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher.
Welcome back to Sports Cruise. Let's quickly take some tennis story as Venus Williams became the oldest woman to win a tour-level single match since Martina Navratilova in 2004 at the Mubadaba CTDC Open, but lost to Magdalena French in the second round. Venus Williams fell in straight set to Poland's Magdalena French in the second round at the Navratilova in 2004 after an opening round victory over Peyton Steers on Tuesday. Williams took an early 2-1 lead against French, but the 27-year-old responded with a dominant run of 7 straight games en route to a 6-2, 6-2 victory over the 45-year-old. The sport life is never stopping. Of course, she came into the DC Open via a wild card to become the oldest player to win since 2004. I got to play a lot of matches here, and that definitely was a plus. The fans in DC are just epic. I couldn't have been happier with my first week back. In Washington, Williams played 4 matches, 2 singles and 2 double over the course of 4 days. I felt like I ran out of gas today. Unfortunately, I missed something. Well, did you even expect her to be in the Open, by the way? It's an ATP tournament. She got a wild card at 45 and she still won her first game.
Well, obviously, a lot of people need to understand that Venus Williams is past her prime. Obviously, she's 45, just like you mentioned. Getting a wild card as well into the ATP tour. I think that was the Washington Open in that one. Becoming one thing about Venus Williams is the fact that I don't think she perhaps can be considered as maybe the greatest female tennis player of all time because of her sister Williams. Obviously, I just feel like the motivation at the moment is not just maybe winning tours at this point.
Which motivation is she looking for?
That's what I'm saying. There's probably no motivation. She's just maybe doing all of that, to keep body and soul together.
Which body and soul? It's a competition. Yeah, it's not an exhibition match.
I don't think she's going to get into the latter stage of the competition.
She applied to get a wild card.
Yeah, and she got a wild card.
And she got it.
Exactly.
And then she won her first race. And then she ran out of gas. And then she got knocked out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So you definitely
won everything.
On her own right. She's one of the greatest women tennis players of all time.
Of course.
Exactly. And I'll be like, but it is Venus Williams, 8-time Grand Slam winner. That's not a small feat in tennis now. But so that, just like I said, it gives the tournament more credibility. That's the Washington Open, winning the first round, and unfortunately, running out of steam, losing the second round as well to our opponent. Let's just see if Venus Williams can perhaps, get to 1 or 2 ATP Thors, and maybe she can even rise up the rankings. Because I was trying to take a look at the ATP rankings the other day.
She's not ranked.
She's
not ranked. That's why she got a wild card.
Exactly.
She's not ranked.
So if she probably gets to other ATP Thors, maybe like 250, 500, or 1,000, she may be getting to like maybe 1,000 and something ranked.
She's not looking for anything.
Let's just see what.
She's not looking for anything. Any of the Williams sisters don't have anything to prove to anyone. They will go down memory lane as the.
I think Venus does.
What does she have to prove to anyone?
Yeah, just like I said.
You want to use Serena Williams to take away the shine from Venus?
Yes, Serena Williams had it.
Did you watch Venus Williams? Did you watch her play?
I did. At some point, she was better than even Serena Williams.
Maybe a lot of people
at some point.
Hold on.
Okay.
Maybe a lot of people got attracted, to Serena because
why won't you even get
she's quite
attracted
more flamboyant in her game. She's more outspoken. She's more expressive. She's more brutal.
Yeah.
She won more competitions.
She's tougher. She's erratic.
Wanted to get it 24 for Margaret Court's record and all of that.
25.
But Serena Williams was a goddess in her own space. But you see, Venus, she was solid.
But she wasn't better.
No, I'm not. I won't do that comparison with both of them. It's just like wanting to compare the Klitschko brothers, Vladimir and Vitaly. Exactly. I'm not going to compare both of them.
I mean, whether I like it or not, you have to compare. You have to compare who is the better boxer, who is the better tennis player. I mean, just like I said, Venus Williams will probably not be considered as one of the best tennis women players in the world because of her sister, and that fact is there to be proven. You can prove me wrong.
Okay, now let's take a quick break. It's a musical break. This time around, I will touch quickly one of Nigeria's finest, Ashake, and of course, you recruited one of Nigeria's greatest of all times in the GOAT conversation. Whiskey, this one is MMS, your live on Sports Cruise, live from Milan 98.3 FM. When we come back, it's transfer all the way. Well,
Hello there, your number one sports show on radio, Sports Cruise, from 6 to 7 p.m. every weekday, only on 98.3 Mainland FM. Sports Cruise, 6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The cruise never stops.
Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪ紛 and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
See, this life thing, it's all about understanding, bro. You gotta understand what you're doing. You need a direction, bro.
Oh, yeah, no.
What's up on the time? What's up on the time? When I just did try, when I just did try. When I drop a song, I go need to dance. I do what I could get it, I dip in my price. Then I find the sound among all the sounds. I no get a name, I no sing a sound. Sound, Mr. Money sound. I want the precise, I want the precise. I be like military, match up my hand. Vigilant, forgive me, Lord, I did on your peace. Cemetery, people we don't die, people cemetery, you won't run it.
Away.
traffic gone. Do below long for my city gone. You know we run from who you are, man. Waiting go be man is cast in stone. Do below long power salute. Wadi titi mo de sham you. I do below long to come yo. Kadema shon dali she kadema yo. Oh you alone. Oh, you're alone. Mama leave me, yeah, you know long. Lost myself and I found my purpose. Yeah, every day I know that I am blessed. Tonight we go to love me. Yeah, they got to do me. Nothing man, no face. Vibe today. These kind of things in our life we need. Wadi titi mo de sham you. I do below long to me yo. Kadema shon dali she kadema yo.
It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air. It's here.
On mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Hello, my name is Cʀᴜɪnᴏ and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on mainland FM. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Welcome back for the big spenders. A lot of things are going down in the transfer window. But before that, let's talk about the Sᴜᴜᴜ Agbatomi is a date with destiny tomorrow for the most successful national team on the continent of Africa. 9 times they've won the Women African Cup of Nations, and this time around they're aiming for the 10th one. And there's a stumbling block. One of the biggest and the best is going to be massive. Mission X for the Sᴜᴜᴜ as they are preparing to lift their 10th African title in Rabat. And Nigeria will take the battle to Morocco from the blast of the whistle as they intend to give no the presence of host Morocco guarantees a full house at the magnificent facility in Morocco's administrative capital. But the Sᴜᴜᴜ will not be in any mood to be buried out and shout, of course, get up in the mix and get the things sorted out. Rasheedat Ajibade seems to be in the hunt for the player of the tournament. Shebak, of course. He goes on to also note that both teams, both of title-loving veterans and ambitious young blood, Sport Council made a post about the instruction that the presidents are giving that all the outstanding bills, has to be clear for the Sᴜᴜᴜ. And of course, even the Tigress also at the women basketball team. Morocco's Spanish coach Ogevidas led the country to win with a firm hand and injected pace and purpose into the side, and they appear even stronger than the team that defeated 9 women Super Falcons. Attention also had to focus on the manager of the Super Falcons, which is Coach Justin Madugu. Previously seen as an assistant at major competition, is now dictating the pace of things for Africa's biggest women competition. Madugu has brought beginning to support what is doing. Surely he will play to his strength on Saturday, which is the final, meaning that all calculations, expectations, permutations, and anti-Sino Tswaka as referee for Saturday's night potentially explosive encounter. How explosive is it going to be tomorrow night in Rabat?
Well, it's going to be big. This is also a rematch of the semi-final, 2022 AFCON semi-final that the Super Falcons of Nigeria lost, in rather surprising, rather controversial fashion, to the Atlas Stallions of, did I say maltreatment or dark art or whichever word you want to make use of? Because I remember now that when it was time for the penalties, as pointing it at the faces of Chiamaka Doze, Rasheedat Ajibade, and all these players as well that were to play penalties or take penalties for Nigeria. And I just hope the same thing does not happen this time around, to be honest, because First of all, the decision from CAF to take the game, or should I say extend the game by a further hour, fans the opportunity to come back from the office and then come to the stadium. Obviously, I know that CAF definitely want a lot of people to be at the people cheering on for either the Nigerian side or the Moroccan side. But then the other side, or should I say the flip very, very quickly as well for Morocco.
No, the effect had to be at night because
it has to.
Let's bring the game. Most of the finals in North Africa is always in the night.
Yes,
maybe because of the weather. Because they want to have a fully packed stadium. Then the whole lesser effects, the fireworks, everything is beautiful at night.
I'm not pissed off about the fact that it is played at night, but I'm saying why they extended it by a further hour. Most of the games that have been played at night have been played by 8 p.m. But the final is going to be played by 9 p.m. So what
difference does it make?
Their offices from
and
their
is that a problem? Is that a disadvantage?
Yes, it's going to create a problem.
What problem is it creating?
Back at the 2022
Which problem is it creating?
Back at the 2022 WAFCON semi-final, Morocco versus Nigeria. The Moroccan fans have to resort to. They do that
in Spain. They don't do that. Don't say that, my friend.
Even at the AFCON,
even in the Premier League, they do that on Champions League nights. Come on,
no. So it is not. It is that hard. It is that hard. Don't forget that Morocco also.
So what is the problem if CAF says? It does not create anything.
What I'm talking about,
it does not create anything.
It is the unfair advantage on the part of the Atlas Stars of Morocco.
How? If we are playing the game here, how many Moroccans will be in Lagos?
See, exactly.
If you are playing the final in Kano, how many Egyptian fans will be in Kano? There's home advantage. There's nothing. Why?
Moroccan fans, exactly. Because by extending it by 1 hour, you are giving the Moroccan fans the opportunity to come back from the offices and they come and being pointed to my face. How would I concentrate?
Wait, see now. Wait. I want the Super Falcons to win, and I know they would win.
Hopefully,
I've said it before the tournament started. I will not lose a single game.
I'll say this live here.
Now,
I don't think those Super Falcons will win tomorrow.
Okay,
I'm saying it now that the factors are there to be seen.
What
right?
factors?
That's what I said. Number one, Morocco will have the advantage, the home advantage. It's going to be played in Rabat.
Abatomi.
Number two,
if we host the Women African Cup of Nations,
yes.
And we feel the fun fair that comes with a closing ceremony.
Yeah.
And we choose to put the game at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Would you complain if you had, for instance, if we reverse the case and then we're playing at the Nest of Champions, I was supposed to play at 8 p.m.
We are giving ourselves the undue advantage. No, I'm going to
finish.
Let me finish. No, don't finish. Let me go. Let me land. I would not say we are giving ourselves the undue advantage. Why? Because Nigerians will not resort to the use of flares and dark cards to win a game. Nigerians won't. It's the NBFL.
Let me tell you how they do it.
Oh yeah, go on.
So you are playing the Mesugida. That's the that's Canopilas. You are playing them in the afternoon in the hot and scorching sun of Kano. If you have been to Kano before, when Kano is hot, if you are driving on the main road, on a third road, you know that thing that looks like flames, and you are playing Nigerian Premier League at 4 p.m. When everything is hot.
Yeah.
You know what the fans will do? They'll bring tray.
And point
they will now be pointing it at the direction of the sun. When do you watch Copa America final? Copa America plays at 11:30. Wait first. Even not because of the final of the CWC. Were there no games at 2 a.m. and they just concluded FIFA Club World Cup? Were there no games at 11? Throughout the month of the CWC, I can maybe it's only the
that was the game against Ghana. That if Nigeria had won that game,
we would have gone to the
World Cup. Right? Okay, did you see Nigerians resort to making use of that, or they've also, they've made a name for themselves when it comes to dark arts in African football, and until we begin to speak out, these things are players' faces.
Michael, you're welcome.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome, Michael.
And
I've lost my voice.
Good evening.
It's all this year. Agbatomi says the truth today. No, serious, jokes apart. No, we all knew that they are playing on their ground. We all knew that they will have all the support they need. But much of that support can cause a lot of damage. Number one, allowing them. The only thing that Agbatomi is there, take it or leave it. That's only what I expect from Agbatomi. But was trying to give an excuse in case if Super Falcons lose. We are not losing that match. If they they keep the match to 11. Super Falcons will surely be there. That's just it. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
my
you so
coach.
much.
09136000410. So once you are calling in, you can give your. Let me see if I'm kind enough. Maybe we can do some giveaway, but we'll not announce it. But trust us, you can make your predictions. 09136000410. The Super Falcons will take on the Atlas Lions of Morocco tomorrow, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, in the final of the 2024 Women African Cup of Nations. It's been a long journey for Nigeria. I won their first game by 3-0. Won their second game against Botswana, against the defending champions, Banyana. The round of 8 against Zambia African Women's Football, and the defending champions of the Women African Cup of Nations in Banyana of South Africa. They defeated them by 2-1. Now they've qualified to play against a team that defeated them in the semi-final 3 years ago in the same stadium on that evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
My Oga.
I'm calling from Oshodi. Razak is my name.
You're welcome, Mr. Razak. The predictions, and the prediction ends by 7 p.m. actually. Can you send a text to this number, your name and your prediction?
Okay.
Then from now till 7 p.m., make your predictions on the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And don't forget that by 7 p.m., we have Echoes of Wisdom. So it's not going to be voices. Your prediction, Super Falcons versus Morocco.
Nigeria.
3600-0410 real quick. Let's check if we've got messages on Facebook as well. Wow, the messages are pouring. I'm seeing Israel from Ayobo. I'm also seeing Festus from Ikorodu, all of them making their predictions. Hello, good to have you join us on the show.
4-1.
4-1. Mr. Joshua from Songota.
We are winning. My name is Joshua.
Mr. Joshua, send your text. Send your predictions as text to this same number. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that we can document all of the predictions. 09136000410 real quick. Who takes it? Tomorrow, the Super Falcons are making, let's leave that one to CAF. Hello, your predictions real quick. Nigeria versus Morocco, tomorrow's final.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mr. Peter, do me that favor and just quickly drop that message so that we can document your prediction on Facebook. Jeba Humphrey said Nigeria 2, Morocco 1. Cecile Dixon says Okpa and Agbatomi, I'm enjoying it. I pray we don't have a deja vu just like the men's team against the host. Hello, Mr. Kende, good to have you join us. Hello. Oh, you need to put the volume on your radio set and turn it off. If you can't reach us, keep dropping your messages. We are seeing all of them as they're popping in. 0913.
Good evening.
You're welcome. Real quick.
Nigeria 2, Morocco 1.
Nigeria 2, Morocco 1. Your name and where you calling from?
My name, Johnson Dolly.
Okay. So in case you can't call in, we still have about 1 minute, 45 seconds to take your predictions. 09136000410. Mr. Michael.
I just want to make an input that
Please.
if you know the position of football, right from school, that has been there. And that is why when they come here, we also will take them in the hot afternoon, if you remember those days. But I just want to say, I wish the Super Falcons are going to win 3-1.
Okay, please send me a text. Send me a text, Mr. Michael, so that we can document your predictions. We can still squeeze in one more. 091360004.
Yeah, this is Ebenezer from Redemption City.
Okay, you're welcome. Straight up your predictions.
My prediction is Super Falcons 3-1.
Okay, thank you very much. Wow. We've come to the end of the show. Prediction ends in 30 seconds. Once it's 7 o'clock, we'll not take your predictions anymore. Thank you so much, Agbatomi, for calling.
Oh my God.
Fine girl. I'll listen to the show. Stick around the program with Tom's on Monday. And by then, I hope we'll be referring to the Super Falcons as the undisputed champions.
Hopefully.